Hi, everybody. Welcome to our True Blue Extra from BYUtv. I'm Dave McCann with our BYUtv football and basketball analysts, Blaine Fowler and Steve Cleveland. We're on the heels of a big win over Georgia Tech and a whole bunch of time now before Idaho in the last home game of the season for football, and we're diving right into basketball as well. But let's look back to Atlanta. We're talking about the defense, and they deserve some props over what we saw.
Yeah, just an unbelievable effort. You got to remember that this Georgia Tech team coming into this ball game was the #3 rushing team in the country, and BYU held them to just 117 yards rushing. We were talking a team that was averaging 339, and then in return, BYU was able to effectively run the football against this Georgia Tech team. Now, we expected that. Georgia Tech's not great defensively. They haven't been all year, but they've been great offensively.
Right.
This has been one of the top offenses and certainly a top 5 rushing offense all year. And so I think everyone was surprised at how well they managed defensively. And with Ziggy Ansah and Kyle Van Noy, BYU, for the first time in a long time, has a couple of freakish athletes on defense that are tops in the country at their position and potential NFL guys.
So Idaho at home, and then at San Jose State and at New Mexico State, and then to the Poinsettia Bowl if they get one more victory, and either San Diego State.
Can we just say bowl eligibility is not a question.
So then it's either San Diego State or Nevada, most likely in that Poinsettia Bowl, which should be a decent matchup to finish up with.
Yeah, both good teams, both effective teams. San Diego State's starting to play better in Nevada's a team with a lot of confidence. Alt has those guys playing well. They've played in some big games, so
that'll be interesting.
That'll be an interesting matchup.
But we know they want San Diego State.
Yeah.
And BYU in the San Diego.
That's what the bowl committee.
They told us that in the summer.
Exactly.
It looks like that's coming together. All right, we're also into basketball now. We've had a dose of exhibition action. We've got more coming up on Saturday. And Tyler Haws is the kid back from the Philippines, and we're watching his progress. He's going to score a lot of baskets before he's done. He had kind of a quiet offensive night, but he got the ball to his teammate Steve, and they scored over 100 points. Here he comes swooping in.
Tyler Haws, for a young man that just got off a mission 6 months ago, seems so ready to play, and he has the highest basketball IQ on that team. And there's some smart players on that team, but his mid-range game, something that doesn't exist at the high school level hardly, really special. And I think here we see a great pass by Calvert to Brandon Davies. But I like Tyler's ability to pull up and hit that 17 to 19-foot shot against the man or against the zone. We talked a little bit about defense. When we're talking about defense, what a great defense. You know what? Dave does a great job in man-to-man defense. I see Tyler being able to fit right in man-to-man as well as the zone. But I just like his confidence. And I think that he is something that really BYU hasn't had for a while, in that he can hit the three and the mid-game shot and really runs the floor. Won the preseason mile run coming off a mission 5 months ago, so it tells you something about his conditioning.
He'll be fun to watch as he gets his legs back and gets back into action. So we've got the basketball team has Brandon Davies, and the football team maybe has a Kyle Van Noy type, two great athletes who are looking to get to the next level. Brandon Davies to the NBA, Kyle Van Noy to the NFL, and they're very similar to what their team depends on them for, making plays.
Yeah, they're big-time playmakers. And we were talking, we both think that Brandon Davies is a first-round draft pick in the NBA and can be a mismatch for people in the NBA, and we both agree, and Coach knows athletes. We know athletes, and Kyle Van Noy is a freakish athlete. He's 238 to 240 pounds. He can run with anybody in the NFL, and I think that he's going to be a very good player at the next level, and people know that. He's a freakish athlete.
Brandon in the NBA, you see him getting see him in the first round?
Absolutely, and he'll probably play a different position, play more of the 4, more of a Kevin Garnett, but he's so good in the low post, you got to use him at the 5 in college to make BYU the best they can be. But he is going to take double teams, but the other night he knocked down a 3, in the scrimmage he knocked down a 3. I've watched him practice enough. He can step out and shoot that. And when he can do that, really stretches defenses, even for a Nate Austin inside. But we talked a little bit earlier about that 4 spot. It's going to be really important that between Sharp and Prasino, Nate Austin, they need to knock that jumper down, because he's going to see double and triple teams all year long.
Another big shot on campus is Jennifer Hampson, who will eventually get over to the basketball team at 6'7". Right now she is with the women's volleyball team, and the Cougars are back in action against San Diego tonight on ESPNU. As True Blue's Jen Benson reports, Halloween a perfect night to play, because the Cougars have been a nightmare for their opponents all season. Let's take a look.
With a record-breaking stellar season, the women's BYU volleyball team has 21 wins and 15 sweeps. The Cougars are undefeated at home, beating nationally then-ranked teams such as number 14 Pepperdine, 14 Tennessee, and number 24 Colorado State.
You know, they've just showed a lot of grit, a lot of fight, and just a lot of heart. You know, they've had their back against the wall at times, and they've rebounded well, and they've won some big matches.
At the annual Dig Pink match, the Cougars avenged their only loss of the season against St. Mary's. Junior Jennifer Hampson set the BYU season record for the most kills in a 3-set match, finishing with 21. The 6'7" star says her team kept the tempo up with lots of high fives and cheers.
No, it's honestly just a matter of staying positive to yourself, you know, and don't let negative things come in, or if they do, learn from them and then move on.
I think once you lose, you get fired up to play that team again, and it makes you more hungry.
BYU's only other loss of the season was against Santa Clara, but the Cougars get another shot to avenge their defeat against the Broncos here at home at the Smithfield House on November 10th.
We have a great fan base here, and just the Smithfield House is an amazing place to play in. And yeah, so playing at home is super helpful, and it's a great place to be.
These athletes also earned some personal victories. Senior setter Heather Hanneman is ranked number 20 in Division I with a career high of 57 assists in a single match. Nicole Warner is number 3 in Division I for blocks per set and number 5 in BYU history overall. Going on 2 years with 20-plus wins, head coach Sean Olmsted says the best is yet to come.
So we're just going to keep the mindset of, hey, let's get better tomorrow, better than we were today.
In Provo, Jen Benson, BYUtv Sports.
Thank you, Jen. Now here's what's left for BYU this season. Home matches on ESPNU and Saturday on BYUtv. And then next week the Cougars play at Pepperdine and San Diego before closing out the regular season out of conference against Utah Valley. We wish them well. They got a shot at the NCAAs as well. And then Hampson is going to go play for Jeff Judkins in the basketball team.
They're going to be very good in basketball.
I would pick
again.
them to win the WCC.
Absolutely. She really showed a presence at the end of the year. You got their point guard back for, I think, the 7th year. And,
7th or 8th.
Whatever it is.
He's got a very, very good team. I know he's really excited about the year.
All right, so we got a lot going on BYUtv this week. Go to BYUtvsports.com, check the listings. You can see all the ball games. And then Steve and I will see you Saturday night as BYU wraps up its exhibition schedule right here on BYUtv. For Steve and Blaine, I'm Dave McCann. This has been a True Blue Extra. We're glad you logged on to watch it, and we will see you all Monday night on True Blue.